Chosen one, stop scrolling and look in the mirror, not for vanity, for evidence. Something is happening to you that defies explanation, something that makes people glance at you twice, something that contradicts everything the world taught you about aging. Time is not touching you the way it touches others. I know you have noticed it, the way people look at you with confusion in their eyes, the way they ask your age and then pause, processing the number, the way they say you don't look it, with a hint of something deeper than compliment. That something is confusion mixed with envy, because you are walking proof that time does not erode everyone the same way. At exactly 3:33 this morning, I was awakened by a revelation so powerful it brought me to tears. The voice of the Lord spoke with absolute clarity. He said, "Tell my chosen one why they do not age like the others. Tell them why time bends around them instead of breaking them. Tell them why their face carries peace instead of pain. It is not genetics, it is not luck. It is my hand upon their life, preserving what I am preparing for purpose. That word is for you. The one who has been through enough pain to look decades older, the one who should be broken, bitter, and worn down, the one who by all natural laws should show the evidence of their battles. But you do not, and today you will understand why. Do not skip this message. Do not scroll away. If you leave before the end, you will miss the 7 signs that prove heaven is supernaturally preserving you, and you will miss understanding why your enemies are aging rapidly while you remain untouched. Stay with me. Your preservation is about to be explained. You did not find this message by accident. You found it because something inside you has been asking why. Why do you look younger than your years? Why does your presence carry weight that others lack? Why do people who hurt you seem to be deteriorating while you flourish? Why does time seem to be adding something to you instead of taking away? Today, heaven answers those questions. Before we go deeper, I need you to do something. Type time. Cannot touch me in the comments below. This is not just typing. This is declaration. You are announcing to the spiritual realm that you understand your supernatural preservation. Type it now and subscribe immediately. Turn on all notifications. What comes after this message will reveal even more about why God is preserving you for this specific season. Do not miss it. Do not skip what comes next. The Spirit is about to reveal the 7 signs of supernatural preservation over your life. The first sign, your face does not tell the story of your years. Let me speak directly to what you have been experiencing. You have lived through things that should have destroyed you, betrayals that should have hardened your features, losses that should have dimmed your eyes, battles that should have left permanent marks on your countenance. But when people look at you, they do not see the war, they see the victory. This is not coincidence, this is divine preservation. God showed me something powerful. He showed me that stress ages the body, but truth preserves the soul. He showed me that performance drains the face, but authenticity restores it. He showed me that living against your purpose accelerates decay, but walking in alignment reverses it. You made a choice somewhere along the way. Maybe it was after the betrayal that cracked you open. Maybe it was during the long silence that forced you to hear your own voice. Maybe it was in the exhaustion that made pretending impossible. Whatever it was, you chose truth over approval. You chose authenticity over performance. You chose peace over chaos. You chose alignment over acceptance. You chose self-respect over self-destruction. And that choice changed everything about how time interacts with your body. That choice rewrote the script that was supposed to age you rapidly. That choice interrupted the programming that erodes most people. Isaiah 40:31 activates over your life. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Renewal is not just spiritual, it is physical. When your spirit is aligned with God, your body follows. The glow people notice on you is not skincare. It is the after effect of truth lived long enough to settle into the cells. Within 7 days, someone will comment on how young you look. They will ask what you are doing differently, and you will know that the first sign of supernatural preservation is manifesting visibly. Do not skip this. The second sign is even more powerful. The second sign, your presence has become denser, not weaker. Most people become less substantial with age. They fade into the background. They lose their edge. They become predictable, agreeable, easy to dismiss. But you have experienced the opposite. Your presence has become heavier, not louder, not more aggressive, denser. When you walk into a room, something shifts. When you speak, people listen differently than they used to. When you are silent, your silence carries weight. This is not intimidation, this is authority. God showed me that this density comes from containment. You stopped scattering your energy on things that do not matter. You stopped chasing approval from people who were never going to give it. You stopped performing for audiences that never truly saw you. And when you stopped scattering, everything consolidated. Your movements became more economical. Your words became fewer, but heavier. Your reactions became slower, not from hesitation, but from confidence. Jesus spoke directly about this. He said, "They expected you to become smaller with age, more agreeable, more predictable. Instead, you became harder to manipulate. You became impossible to rush. You became dangerous to every system that depends on your compliance." This is why certain people are uncomfortable around you now, not because you are doing anything wrong, but because your containment exposes their chaos. Your steadiness reveals their instability. Your peace confronts their anxiety. Chosen ones do not grow louder with age. They grow denser, and density displaces everything that is not solid. Within 14 days, you will notice that your presence affects rooms differently. Conversations will shift when you enter. Conflicts will de-escalate in your proximity, and you will know that the second sign is fully active. Hold on, do not leave. The third sign reveals your new power. The third sign, your silence carries more weight than your words. There was a time when you explained yourself constantly. You clarified, you defended, you justified. You used words to fill every uncomfortable space. You talked to be understood, to be accepted, to be validated. But something shifted. Now your silence speaks louder than your words ever did. When you choose not to respond, the silence thunders. When you choose not to explain, the mystery deepens. When you choose not to defend yourself, heaven defends you instead. This is not passive aggression. This is mastery. You have lived long enough to know that not everything deserves a response. Not every accusation requires a defense. Not every opinion warrants your energy. Not every person has earned access to your thoughts. That discernment is what time gave you. And that discernment is what others feel as threat. They want you to explain yourself. They want you to declare your intentions. They want you to make yourself readable again. But you have learned that readability is vulnerability, and you are no longer vulnerable to those who have not earned your trust. Proverbs 17:28 confirms, even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues. But you are not a fool pretending to be wise. You are wise enough to know when silence is the most powerful response. Archangel Michael declared, "Their silence is no longer emptiness. It is strategy. It is containment. It is power held in reserve." Those who mistake their silence for weakness will discover too late what was being held back. Within 21 days, your silence will resolve a situation that words could never fix. You will watch a conflict dissolve simply because you refuse to engage, and you will know that the third sign is your new superpower. Do not skip. The fourth sign is about to be revealed. The fourth sign. Your boundaries have become non-negotiable. There was a version of you that bent. That version explained boundaries instead of enforcing them. That version apologized for having needs. That version shrank to make others comfortable. That version is gone. Not because you became cold, because you became clear. Not because you stopped caring, because you started caring about the right things. The boundaries you now hold are not walls of fear. They are lines of self-respect. And self-respect, once truly established, does not negotiate. This is why certain relationships felt the shift. People who once had unlimited access to you suddenly found doors closed. Not with conflict, not with confrontation, just with quiet, immovable clarity. They say you are different now. Distant, guarded, hard to read. What they are actually reacting to is your refusal to overextend. You do not collapse your boundaries to maintain harmony anymore. You let discomfort exist, and discomfort is revealing. God showed me that this is one of the highest forms of spiritual maturity, he said. They learned that their energy is sacred. They learned that access is not automatic. They learned that love does not require self-destruction. This learning cannot be unlearned, and those who benefited from their lack of boundaries are the ones most disturbed by this change. Galatians 6:5 activates now, for each one should carry their own load. You stopped carrying loads that were never yours to carry. You stopped absorbing emotions that were never yours to process. You stopped sacrificing your peace to maintain relationships that drained you. And your body noticed. The inflammation dropped. The tension eased. The aging slowed, because boundaries are not just emotional protection. They are physical preservation. Within 14 days, a boundary you set will be tested. But for the first time, you will hold it without guilt. And you will know that the fourth sign is fully established. Stay until the end. The fifth sign will explain your peace. The fifth sign. Your peace is no longer dependent on circumstances. This is the sign that confuses people most. They watch your life experience turbulence. They see challenges arise. They observe situations that should produce panic. But you remain unmoved, not unbothered. Unmoved, there is a difference. You feel deeply, you process honestly. But you are no longer thrown by what used to devastate you. Your center holds. Your foundation does not shake. This is not emotional numbness. This is the result of a nervous system that has been reset by truth. When you stopped living against what you know, something in your body relaxed. When you stopped performing for people who never saw the real you, your breath deepened. When you stopped bracing for the next violation, your system began repairing itself. Peace became your natural state, not because circumstances improved, because you did. Jesus spoke clearly. He said, "My peace I leave with you, not as the world gives." The world's peace depends on things going right. My peace survives things going wrong. And that is the peace that now lives in you. John 14:27 activates over your life. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. This peace is not fragile. It was forged in fire. It was tested in darkness. It was proven in seasons that should have broken you, and now it radiates from you in ways that unsettle those who have no peace. Your calm exposes their chaos. Your stability reveals their instability. Your peace becomes a mirror they did not ask to look into. Within 72 hours, something will happen that would have previously disturbed your peace. But this time, you will watch it pass without attaching to you. And you will know that the fifth sign is your permanent state. Do not skip. The sixth sign reveals why they cannot stop watching you. The sixth sign, your discernment has become razor sharp. You see things now that you used to miss, not psychic visions, something more practical. You see intentions behind words, you sense agendas beneath actions. You feel misalignment before it manifests as betrayal. This is not paranoia. This is pattern recognition refined by experience. You have been deceived before. You have trusted the wrong people. You have given access to those who used it against you. But those experiences did not make you bitter. They made you discerning. Now you recognize red flags without having to experience the damage. You notice inconsistencies without having to investigate fully. You trust your gut without needing external validation. This discernment is divine protection installed through pain. God showed me something powerful about this, he said. I did not remove challenges from their life. I upgraded their ability to navigate them. They no longer need to be hurt to learn. Wisdom has replaced suffering, and that wisdom is now their shield. 1 John 4:1 activates now. Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. You test spirits now, not through suspicion, through discernment, not through fear, through wisdom. This is why certain people feel uncomfortable in your presence. They sense that you see what they are hiding. They feel exposed by your gaze even when you say nothing. They know that manipulation will not work on you anymore. Chosen ones who have been through fire develop this discernment naturally. It is not a gift you asked for. It is a tool forged in survival, and it is now active in every interaction you have. Within 21 days, your discernment will save you from a situation that could have caused significant harm. You will sense it before it happens. You will avoid it before it manifests, and you will know that the sixth sign is your supernatural protection. Stay until the very end. The seventh sign is the most powerful of all. The seventh sign, your authority has become undeniable. This is the sign that makes your enemies age faster. This is the sign that time cannot corrupt. This is the sign that proves heaven is actively involved in your preservation. You carry an authority now that you did not have before, not positional authority, not title, not status presence authority. When you speak, atmospheres shift. When you decide, realities bend. When you stand, opposition weakens. This authority was not given cheaply. It was earned through every battle you survived. It was forged through every betrayal you transcended. It was established through every season you endured without losing yourself. God says, they earned this authority the only way it can be earned. Through fire that did not consume them. Through water that did not drown them. Through darkness that did not corrupt them. This authority is not borrowed. It is owned. And what is owned cannot be revoked. Luke 10:19 activates over your life. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. That authority is why your enemies are deteriorating. They spent their energy attacking someone under divine protection. They exhausted themselves fighting battles they were destined to lose. They aged themselves trying to destroy someone who was being preserved. Look at them now. The stress on their faces, the weariness in their eyes, the lines that bitterness has carved into their features, the heaviness that revenge has placed on their shoulders, the toll that hatred has taken on their bodies. While they were attacking you, time was attacking them. While they were trying to age you with stress, stress was aging them. While they were plotting your downfall, they were accelerating their own. While they were sending curses, those curses were returning to their own house. This is divine justice written on human faces. You did not have to say a word. Time made your case for you. The 7 signs have been revealed: face that defies years, presence that carries weight, silence that speaks volumes, boundaries that cannot be moved, peace that cannot be shaken, discernment that cannot be fooled, authority that cannot be denied. All 7 signs are active over your life right now. All 7 proofs are visible for anyone with eyes to see. You are not aging normally because you are not living normally. You are living supernaturally, and supernatural living produces supernatural preservation. Now seal this truth over your life. Say this out loud. Your voice activates the preservation. Almighty Father, Creator of time itself, the one who exists outside of days and years, I receive the revelation of my supernatural preservation. I understand now why time has not touched me the way it touched others. I understand now why my face does not show my battles. I understand now why my presence has become weighty. I understand now why my silence carries power. I understand now why my boundaries have become immovable. I understand now why my peace has become unshakable. I understand now why my discernment has become sharp. I understand now why my authority has become undeniable. I declare that I am supernaturally preserved for divine purpose. I declare that time is adding to me, not taking from me. I declare that my enemies will continue to age while I continue to flourish. I declare that what should have broken me has become my evidence. I declare that my preservation is proof of your hand upon my life. I declare that my face will continue to confuse those who expected me to fade. I declare that my presence will continue to carry supernatural weight. Father, thank you for bending time around me. Thank you for protecting what you are preparing. Thank you for making my survival visible on my face. Thank you for writing your peace into my presence. I will not age like the world ages. I will not decay like the world decays. I will walk in supernatural preservation all the days of my life. In the mighty, matchless, all-powerful name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Heaven recorded that declaration. The preservation is sealed, and time will continue to be your friend instead of your enemy. Now complete the confirmation. First, like this video right now, this is not about engagement, this is about agreement. When you press that button, you are confirming your supernatural preservation. Do it now. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications. What comes after this message will reveal more signs that God is supernaturally preserving you. How to maintain this preservation. How to accelerate it. If you are not subscribed, you will miss critical revelation. Subscribe now. Third, share this video with someone who has also been supernaturally preserved, someone who looks younger than their years, someone whose presence carries unexplained authority. Send this to them. Let them understand what God is doing. Fourth, type, "I am supernaturally preserved" in the comments. Let other chosen ones see the declaration. Let the enemy know that his attacks did not age you. Let heaven record that you understand your preservation. Type it now. And to those who feel led to sow into this ministry, understand this. Seeds planted by preserved hands produce preserved harvests. When you give from a place of supernatural alignment, your giving is multiplied supernaturally. Every gift is honored, every seed is accelerated. Father, I speak a special blessing over everyone who engages with this message. Let their preservation continue and increase. Let time be their friend all the days of their lives. Let their enemies age while they flourish. Let their faces continue to confuse those who expected them to decay. Multiply their peace, deepen their presence, sharpen their discernment, and let them become living proof that those who trust in you are renewed day by day. Chosen one, you came to this video wondering why time has not touched you. You are leaving understanding that you are supernaturally preserved. You did not escape aging. You escaped the corruption that causes rapid aging. You escaped the performance that drains life from the face. You escaped the bitterness that writes itself into the features. You escape the anxiety that ages the body from the inside out. What is left is rare, not flashy, not loud, just unmistakable, and rare things do not follow ordinary clocks. You are not ahead of time, you are not behind it. You are proof that time does not erode what is built correctly. Your enemies hoped you would quietly fade. Instead, you became more visible than ever. Your enemies expected time to do their work for them. Instead, time became your greatest witness. Look at them, then look at yourself. The evidence is undeniable. Heaven is on your side, and time itself has been recruited to prove it. You are preserved. You are protected. You are proof that God finishes what He starts. You are evidence that heaven is actively involved in your life. You are demonstration that faith produces physical results. Walk in that truth. Let your face continue to confuse them. Let your presence continue to convict them. Let your peace continue to confront them. Let your authority continue to displace them. Time cannot touch what God is protecting, and God is protecting you. He has always been protecting you, and He will continue protecting you now and forever. Amen.